Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. This is Pratik Srivastava here, founder of Online Study for You. Friends, TCS exam is scheduled on 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th of October in many of the colleges. This is phase 1 hiring of TCS. Now, if you are going to write the exam, then it is very important for you to understand the exact pattern which appeared in TCS NQT 2024. And I suggest you please don't watch the video. If you are expecting simple question, I am not going to teach that. So whatever the exact pattern of TCS is there, that only I will be teaching you, right? So for simple question for the views, we don't do it, right? Okay. Now, so the important topic from Aptitude is here. And in this particular video, we are also going to provide you the coding question. So the coding cheat sheet, right? So that is also going to help you a lot. So simplification, percentage, profit and loss, simple compound interest, quadratic equation, average, data interpretation, time and work, time, speed and distance, statistics, mensuration. So these are very important topic from Aptitude. Okay, fine. Now, friends, so as we will start solving the problem, right? Because in TCS NQT 2024, there were questions of, right? So there were questions of compound interest for 5 years. And here if you'll see, we have taken compound interest problem for 6 years. So basically, you need to now understand that what level of the questions might get asked in the examination, and accordingly you need to prepare. Now let us start with question number 1 here. So first try to solve it by yourself and then only you watch the solution. So the question number 1 here, the cost of filling a gas tank at a shop is rupees 800. If the shopkeeper reduces the price by 15%, the number of his customer increases by 30%. By what percent did his revenue decreases or increases? So friends, it is very clear in this particular question that options are given in terms of percentage. So we can assume any value and we will be able to solve it. Now let us see how. So the cost of filling a gas is, given as 800. Okay, fine. And here what I am going to assume, so I am going to assume, right? So the customer is nothing but 10. Okay, fine. Now what they are telling, the shopkeeper reduces the price by 15%. That means now you have to pay only 85% of that price. Okay, so here the price will become how much now? So 8 5s are 40 and 8 8s are 64 plus 4 is 680, right? So the cost is now 680. Customers I have assumed here 10. Sir, why did you assume 10? Sir, what is your problem? Whatever and however you want to assume, you assume and we get confused. Very simple, my dear friends. Your options is given in terms of percentage. Then you can assume any value. See, you can assume X here. Whenever you take X in mathematics or X in real life, always keep that in mind. It will only create problems, right? Okay. Now, so customer I have assumed 10. If you want to assume 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever you want, you assume. Now the customer is increased by 30%. So earlier basically the total revenue was nothing but 8,000. Now the customer is increased by 30%. So 30% of 10 will be what? 30% of 10 will be nothing but 3. So basically it will become 13 rupees. So now the price is 680, right? And customer has become 13. So what will be the total value? So 68 into 13, right? Okay. So you can also do 13 into 7 will be 910. And then 13 2s are 26, right? So some calculation techniques you will have to learn. So 10 minus 6 is 4, 10 minus 2 is 8. So 884. So here it will become 8840. Some calculation techniques you will have to learn. But anyway, TCS will be having calculator. So please don't do calculation by writing, multiplying. Don't waste your time. Okay. So earlier it was 8,000 total revenue. Now the revenue generated is 8,840. So basically 840 rupees is the profit. Okay. On what value? See, if 8,000 was not there, we could not have calculated profit or loss, right? So 840 is the profit, and what is the base value from where it has increased? From 8,000. See, no need to get confused, my dear friends. If this 8,000 is not there, if this 8,000 is not there, can you calculate profit or loss? No. If this value is not there, you will not even come to know that there is a profit or loss. So it's very simple. Which value you should take? Sir, you should say take 8,000, so you don't get confused in the exam. I should take this or I should take this. From where the profit is there, that value you take. Simple. 0 and 0 is cancelled. 2020 cancel. 8 10 ja 80 and 8 5 ja 40. 10.5% will be the correct answer. Sir, beginning you said that the questions will be very, very tough. Don't watch the video, right? Don't watch the video if you are looking for simple problem. This is simple problem only, right? So friends, two things I wanted to tell you. So this problem was of medium level, okay? This problem was of medium level, okay? So because I told you how to solve it, so you might be feeling it is easy. Second thing is, slowly the level of the problem will increase, right? Because in TCS, there'll be some problem which will be easy and some problem will be quite time taking, quite consuming. So basically their time matters a lot, right? Okay. Now, so it will consume lot of time, okay? So that much calculative it will be. But anyway, you will be having calculator, so you do not have to worry. Now, question number 2. Question number 2 is from the topic partnership. From topic partnership, right? So partner, okay? Partnership, okay? Fine, no problem. So here, if we'll try to read, right? So Aman, Barun and Charu. So Aman and Barun and Charu. Aman, Barun and Charu enter into a partnership with an investment of 40,000 rupees. So Aman is rich, okay? 40,000 investing, and is B. B is still trapped in X, okay? So B is gone. Now B, X and, okay. So B rupees X and Charu is 1 lakh. Charu is more rich, okay? 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh. No problem. Now, what they're telling at the end of the year, okay? At the end of the year, that means till 1 year, there is no change. So till 1 year, there is no change. Till 1 year, this is the investment. This is the investment. See, I will tell you, basically what happens, your investment into time, right? Your investment into time will be nothing but your profit ratio. So this is a concept which you have to keep that in mind. It's very simple. Now, if you invest 1 lakh for 1 year, and if somebody invests 2 lakhs for 1 year, who will get more profit? This guy, right? So your investment into time will be nothing but your profit ratio. So this is one. See, I will never ask you to remember anything, okay? So see, few things like 1 or 2 formulas you can remember, but most of the things you need to understand. Investment into time, right? So you are investing 1 lakh rupees for 1 year. Somebody is investing 5 lakhs rupees for 1 year. So definitely who will be getting more profit? Who is investing more? It's very simple, right? On the same principle we have to solve. So all this invested for 1 year. Then they are telling at the end of the year, Varun withdrew rupees 1,000. Okay. So at the end of the 1 year, what is happening? Varun X rupees was earlier invested. Now he is going to take 1,000 rupees off from it. Okay. And again, for 1 year, he will invest. Aman added 40,000 rupees. So Aman earlier had 40,000. Now after 1 year, he is going to invest 40,000 more. So it will be 80,000 for another 12 months. Okay. Then, and they are telling that Charu, there is no change in the investment, right? Charu, there is no change in the investment. So this investment will become for how many? So again, the same 1 lakh rupees will be invested for another 12 months, right? Okay. So basically 1 lakh rupees he invested for 24 months, right? So Barun withdraw rupees 10,000, Aman added rupees 40,000. The ratio of their profit after 2 years. So that is the reason we have taken 12-12. 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. So the ratio of the profit is nothing but 6:3:10. Anyway, we are not worried about this. We have to find out the initial amount invested by Barun. So these two are sufficient for me. Okay. So Aman, how much invested? So here, anyway, so 40,000, I will write it once again. So 40,000 into 12 plus 80,000 into 12, because the calculation you have to make it little easy, and then x into 12, right, and plus x minus 10,000 into 12, and the ratio is 6:3. So we are only worried about this two ratio. Now see, 12 if you will take common, then it will be cancelled from everywhere. 12 you just take it common, it will be cancelled, right? Okay. Now what we will do, 40,000 plus 80,000, it is 1,20,000. It is 1,20,000 divided by x plus x, 2x minus 10,000. 2x minus 10,000 is equals to 6 by 3. 6 by 3 is nothing but 2 by 1. Okay. 2 will divide this by 6 times. So basically it is 60,000 will be equal to 2x minus the 10 is more. So 2x minus 10,000. Okay, 10,000. So here 2x will be equal to 70,000. So x will be equal to 35,000. 35,000. Friends, see, you might be telling, sir, you are only taking 3 to 4 minutes to solve one question in exam. What I will do? See, TCS problem, I cannot say that you are going to solve in 1 minute. And even TCS is not expecting you to solve one question in 1 minute. Otherwise, the cutoff will not go 6 out of 20. See, almost you are solving 6 questions and getting selected in TCS, right? For 6 questions, almost you are getting 25 minutes. So for one question, they are giving you 4 minutes. You forget about, 4 minutes. If you spend 2 minutes on one question, then at least you will be able to attempt 12 questions correctly, right? And all the questions will not be tough. Calculative it will be. So this question you might have seen what you can do here. So instead of 40,000 you write 40k, instead of 80,000 you write 80k, right? K means nothing but 1000. So it's your duty to make the problem simple. Here if I will write k, then somebody will comment, sir, how does kilo is coming in this question? And again I need to explain in the comment section. So I don't want to increase my effort. You have to understand, and then accordingly you have to solve the problem in the examination, right? Okay, all those things will be keep happening, friends. So if you want to crack TCS NQT examination, the main thing you have to start is started giving mock test, right? So we have already one mock test is over. Tomorrow we are having one more mock test here, right? So you might have realized the level of the question what we have put it here, right? So TCS NQT mock test, right? Where is it? So mock test 1, yesterday you might have given, solution was also there. You might have realized the level of the TCS NQT exam. And tomorrow one more mock test is going to happen. So like this we have 5 mock tests before your examination, minimum 5. And also 2 more mock test is there from the earlier one, right? And daily 1 videos we are uploading now in our particular course based on some top 10 question asked in TCS. So friends, if you don't want to regret later, and if you really want to crack TCS, then trust me, friends, this is going to help you a lot. See, you don't listen me, right? So you could see like we have given more than 50,000 result till now, and 5,000 plus selections we gave in TCS alone in 2024, right? So definitely something we are doing right. See, results won't come simply that somebody joining your course and result is coming. So definitely something we are doing. We are having this mock test. We are providing this mock test solution. All those things we are doing it. And that is the only reason you are getting the result, right? So that you need to understand, okay? And if you understand that, then it is more than sufficient, right? So get this crash course as soon as possible. Attempt the mock test, okay? So, because when I solve the question, many of you might be thinking the problems are easy or I can do it. But in exam hall, it doesn't work like that, right? Okay. Now, question number 3. So question number 3 till 3rd and 4th questions are like average level. After that, the real questions starts. So A, B, C, D, this kind of questions also you will be getting. A, B, C, D, E are 5%. The weight of A, B and C is 90%, 112%, 94%, respectively of the average weight of all 5. The ratio of weight of D and E is 6:11. The difference between the, okay. So the average weight, okay. The difference between this and what is the average weight of all 5%. Okay. Now friends, so what I will do, the average weight of all 5%, I will assume average weight of all 5%. I will assume as 100k, right? Okay. So A is nothing but 90% of the right. So 90% of the average weight of all 5. So A will become 90k because average weight I have assumed is 100k. Total average weight is 100k. A is 90%, 90k, right? Okay. B is 112%, so 112k. C is 94%, so 94k, right? See, when you are assuming 100, then it is very easy. 10% is 10, 20% is 20, 30% is 30, 40% is 40. It's very, very simple, right? So average weight of 5% is 100k. So A, B, C value we have got. Now, friends, what they are telling, average weight of 5%, that means A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Average will be sum divided by number, which we have assumed as 100k, right? Okay. So A is what? Sir, A is 90k, B is what? 112k, and C is what? 94k. Is equals to 100 into 5 is 500k. So now if we'll add this, so 2 plus 4, 6, 11 plus 9 is 20, no. So 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 plus 4 to 6, 9, 1, 10, and 10 plus 1 is 9 is 19, and this is 2. 296k will be equal to 500, right? If I'm not wrong. So yes, and now these values are correct, fine. And now k will be equal to, friends, right? Okay. So okay, so I'm sorry, here D and E we have not considered. So plus D plus E will be equal to 500k, right? Okay. Now D plus E will be equal to 500k minus this will become 296k, and this will become 10 minus 6 is 4, and 9 minus 9 is 0, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So this will become D plus E will become 204k, right? Till here you should not have any doubt. What I have done, so I have just put it on the what? Formula, and that's how I have solved. Till now I have not done anything. Okay. Now they are telling the ratio of weight of D and E is ratio of weight is 6:11. Now if you want to write down in terms of values, what you can do, my dear friends, so you can write is 6x or 11x. So basically this is 17, right? So total is 17. 17 is equals to 204k, right? See, D and E. So what you can do, you can take a variable, right? Or you can write like this. So 1 will be equal to 204k divided by 17. So this will be 17 1 ja 17 and 17 2 ja. So this is nothing but 12. That means this will become into 12 means 72, and this will become into 12, that means 32. So we have got the value of D and E, right? So 1 is equals to 12k. So D is 72k and E is nothing but 132k. So we got the value of D and E. One more thing they are telling. So the difference between D and E is 75 kg. So D and E, the difference is 75. The value of E is 132k and the value of D is, so either you subtract like this, see, E is more. So definitely you will have to put like this. So anyway, negative sign it comes, just ignore. Minus 72k is equals to 75. So here it will be 60k is 75 and k will be equal to 75 by 60. So 15 5 ja 15 4 ja, it will be 1.25. We got the value of k, and now they're asking, so what is the average weight of all 5%? So it is 100 into k. So 100 into 1.25, it will be nothing but 125, right? Okay. So here the option definitely, so there will be one more option, 125 kg, and that will be the correct answer, right? So 125 kg, the average weight of all person will be 125 kg. So friends, in this particular problem, what we did, see, this much you don't have to write. Please try to understand, because you guys have come here, right, watching the video, thinking that I will understand each and every step. sir will teach in that way, right? Okay, so for that only you are here. Now if I will see, I could have directly assumed, okay, so average weight here I will take, you see how I could have solved it. So the average weight is nothing but I am assuming 100k, okay, so this will A will become 90k, this will become 112k, and this will become 94k. Average is this, total will become what? Total will become what, my dear friends? 500. 5 people are there, right? Okay. Now ABC total, it will become what? 296k, and plus D plus E will be nothing but 500k. So D plus E will become nothing but, D plus E will become 204k. D and D they have given 6:11, so 17 is equals to 204k. So 1 will become equal to 12k, right? Okay. So D is nothing but now 6 into 12, 72, and 11 into 12, 132k. Now if we'll take the difference, here the difference will be nothing but your 60k, right? They have given us 75. So k will be equal to 1.25. So your average will become 100 into 1.25. It will be 125 kg, right? Okay. So what is the average weight of 5%? 125 kg. So you could have, see, you don't have to write each and everything, because in exam, you are not going to explain anything. See, the president will not give you after the exam by seeing your step, take this president award for solving all the problem. That won't happen. So you have to solve, you have to keep in your mind, and that's all will become your answer, right? Okay. Now friends, question number 4 here. So question number 4 is a easy problem. The only problem is the data. So friends, see, anyway, calculator is there in the exam on screen. Till now I have not used calculator, okay? But if you want, you use it, right? See, they are giving you, take the calculator, use whatever, wherever you want, you use, right? Okay. But friends, once again, I'm telling you, see, if you really want to crack TCS, don't regret later. The crash course is going to help you a lot. Please trust me. This is the only one thing which I wanted to tell you. Okay. Now, so X can work 1 by 4, okay, of the work in 18 days. So 1 by 4 work in 18 days. So one work will be completed in 18 into 4 days. That is nothing but 72 days. This is about X. What about Y? Y can complete 20%. 20% is 1 by 5. See, 20% will be equal to what? 20 by 100. 20 by 100 will be equal to what? 1 by 5. No need to write all those things, man. Once you understand, don't write. It is 17 days. So one work will be completed in 17 into 5, 85 days, right? Okay. Then Z 80%. 80% is what? 80 by 100. That means 4 by 5. 4 by 5 of the work is completed in 72 days. In 72 days. So one work will be completed in 72 into 5 by 4. This will go up and 4 will come down. So it is 90 days, right? Okay. Now we know X completed the work in 72 days, Y completed the work in 85 days, and Z completed the work in 90 days. Now, if the values are 2, 4, 6, you can easily calculate it. But these values are 72, 85, and 90, then definitely it is going to be hectic. Now let us take the LCM, right? So how you will take the LCM, friends? So LCM, if you want to take, please take this LCM little smartly, okay? See, the thing is, mathematics is such a subject, no, where you have to use your mind a little bit, okay? If you're not using your mind, then trust me, it will be a problem, right? See, because if you want to use the calculator also, how will you use the calculator, right? Even if you want to use the calculator, see, if you take LCM, your calculation will be solved, right? Otherwise, what you can do is, you don't use mind, and you go and write like this blindly, okay? So what will happen? X. So X, if you divide efficiency will be 85 into 90. Now this if you divide, so instead of taking LCM, I have taken the complete number itself. Now if you divide this 72 into 90. Now if you divide this 72 into 85. Once you take LCM, that becomes your work. So what is your work? So sir, my work is 72 into 85 into 90. And what is the efficiency? Who is going to do? So these people are going to do. So their efficiency will be 85 into 90 plus 72 into 90 and plus 72 into 85. This also, if you'll solve, you will be able to get the answer, right? And when you have calculator, you do that, okay? And if you want to do it smartly, what you can do, so you can start with 236 times, 285 times, and 245 times, right? Okay. And then 218, no, not 2, it will not go, then 312 times, 85 times, and 315 times, okay? And then 34 times, 35 times, and 385 times. Then here 5, so 4 times, 17 times, and 1 time. So basically, if you'll see, 17 into 5 is 85, and 4 into 3 is a 9, plus 9 into 2, 18. So basically, it will be, the LCM will be 85 into 72. So it will become like little, easier for you to solve and understand as well. Now if we'll divide, it will be 85 times. So this is my efficiency. That means X can do 85 work in a day. 85 if we'll divide, Y can do 72 work in a day. And Z, so 72 into 85 by 90 if we'll divide, then what will happen? So 5 18 times and 5 17 times, 18 4 ja, it is 68. Now, so the total work is 72 into 85. Who is going to solve? So this is this is going to be done by X, Y, and Z together, right? So 72 into 85. Now you use the calculator, it will be easy. 8 to 10, 5, 15, 7, 7, 14 plus 8, 22. Now if we'll try to divide, so 72 into 85. So let me use the calculator here. So 72 into 85 and divided by 225. It will give you 27 days, around 27 days. So exact is coming 27.2 days. So is there any option? Option B will become the correct answer for this particular problem. Simple and easy approach, right? So the only thing is the data was little lengthy. But once again, I wanted to tell you these things, right, now you should not do, right? So if you have gone through our crash course like this, lot of problems we have done, right? So now you should not do that. Now you should not do that, right? Okay. So see, directly here you would have written 1 by 4 in 18 days. That means 1 work in 18 into 4, 72. 20%, 1 by 5 work in 17 days. So 1 work in 85 days. 80%, 4 by 5. 4 by 5 is in 72 days. 72 into 5 by 4, 90 days. And then you would have easily calculated with the help of calculator. So what happens? You see the data, you get afraid, and then you come back and tell, sir, the exam was very, very tough, right? So you come and say that, sir, the exam was very, very tough. Exam was not tough. The calculation was little tricky, right? So there you had to use your mind and then solve the question. Okay. Now, friends, so here if you'll try to see, two trains start simultaneously from station A and B, which are 300 kilometers apart. Very good question. Okay. So two trains are there, 300 kilometers apart. Two trains are there, 300 kilometers apart. Okay. Now, but friends, this particular question, you could have solved it logically without doing calculation. First, let me do the calculation, and then we will try to understand. So what they're telling, there is a train X is there and traveling at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Okay. That means 60 kilometers per hour means what? In 1 hour, train X is covering 60 kilometer distance, and train B is traveling at 80 kilometers per hour. That means train Y. So train Y can cover, right, in 1 hour 80 kilometers. Clear? Fine. Okay. So however, train X stops for 5 minutes after every 20 kilometers. So friends, you can say the train A is covering that 20 kilometer distance, right, in the time plus 5 more minutes, right? So basically what it is telling, so train A, no, so he is going for 20 kilometer, here it came, and then stopping for 5 minutes, right? Okay. Then again it is starting again 20 kilometer, again stopping for 5 minutes. Okay. And train Y what it does, so actually it can cover 80 kilometer in 1 hour, right? So 40 kilometer it is going and then again waiting for 10 minutes. So basically friends, here we need to calculate the effective speed, because now if they are stopping, see, after 20 kilometers they're stopping for 5 minutes, again after 20 kilometers they're stopping for 5 minutes, right? So basically now the speed will not be 60 kilometers per hour, because in 1 hour now they are going to cover less distance, right? So that you will have to cover. Okay. So now first thing, let us try to understand. So for 20 kilometer distance, right, how much time they will take? Sir, time will be equal to distance by speed. So distance is 20 and speed is 3. So for 20 kilometer, they will be taking 1/3 hours. Correct? Okay. Now, and they will stop for how much time? 5 minutes. Sir, it is in minute and this is in hour. So I will convert it to hour. That means I will convert into hour. That means they will be taking 1/12 hours, right? So basically for 20 kilometer, the time they are taking is 1/3 hours and then 5 minutes of the 5 minutes here, right? So for 20 kilometer, basically the total time they are taking is 1/3 and plus the time they are waiting 1/12. So now 1/3 you can write 4/12. I am making the base same, right? See, 1/3 we can write multiply by 4 up, multiply by 4 down. Sir, why you are doing that? If you don't want to do, take the LCM and do, right? See, I don't want to take LCM and get into extra troubles, right? Okay. So here 5/12. So basically for 20 kilometer they are taking 5/12 hours, right? See, 1/3 hours in actual covering and 5 minutes, that means 1/12 hours they are waiting, right? Okay. So now I know, bhaiya, my distance is 20 kilometer and total time which you are taking in 20 kilometer is 5/12 hours, right? Okay. Then what will be effective speed? Because your effective has reduced. Your effective speed has reduced because you are waiting for 5 minutes. For what reason you are waiting for 5 minutes, right? Okay. So now effective, so every station he is waiting. Ab to aaja, right? So that effective speed, okay, now it is 20 divided by 5, 12 will go up. So this is 5, 4 ja 48 kilometer per hour. So instead of covering 60 kilometer in 1 hour, you are now covering only 48 kilometer per hour. Same thing we have to do for Y, because they're telling, consider this a stoppage, how long will it take for the two trains to meet. For the second train also we are going to do the same thing. So first 40 kilometer is the distance, and so for 40 kilometer how much time they will take, my dear friends? Sir, 40/80 they will take half an hour, 1/2 hours. In 1 hour 80 kilometer, so 40 kilometer is half, so they will take half an hour. Simple. Okay. Now, sir, for how much time they are stopping? My dear friends, 10 minutes. Sir, you tell me in hours, because I cannot add hours to minute. Okay. So 10/60, it is nothing but 1/6 hours. Now you tell me total time for 40 kilometer, basically how much total time they are taking. So 1/2 is the actual time and then they are waiting for 1/6 hours. If you take LCM or make this 6 and 6. So this will become 3/6. I multiplied and divided by 3 plus 1/6. It will be 4/6. 4/6 total hours. Total time is 4/6 hours. For distance is 40 kilometer. So time will become, effective speed will become distance by 40 and time 4 into 6. So it will be nothing but 60 kilometer per hour, right? Okay. So basically now my effective speed here will be 60 kilometer per hour. Okay. And because of this stoppage, and here it will be 40 kilometers per hour, 48 kilometer per hour, right? Okay. Fine. Now friends, so they are telling when they will meet. Okay. Total distance is 300 kilometer. Okay. So when they will meet, what will happen, right? Okay. So friends, you tell me one thing. This both are going to, this train came till here and this train came till here. That means you can say both of them are going to cover a distance of 300 kilometer together. So distance will be equal to speed. Both are going in opposite direction, relative speed. So 60 plus 48 will be 108 and time will be t. So time will be 300 divided by 108, right? So friends, 108 into 3. 108 into 3 will be what? Sir, 324, right? Okay. So this if we'll try to divide, so it will not go by 3 times, it will go by 2 hours and something, right? So 2 hours and something and very close to 3 hours, it will be that. Sir, I did not understand. If you did not understand, then what you can do, you can use your calculator, right? So in calculator, divide 300 divided by 108, it will be 2.77 hours, right? That means 2 hours plus 0.77 minute. Okay. sorry, 0.77 hours, right? Okay. Now this, if you want to convert, because here 2 hours and 47 minutes. So this we need to convert into minutes. So multiply by 6. 77 into 6. 77 into 6 will be 46.2. So basically 46.2. So here 2 hours and 46 minutes. So option C will be the correct answer. So this problem was very good, but you can't say that this cannot be done, right? This is a very tough problem. No, it is not like that. So you need to practice this kind of question. So maximum time, speed and distance, this kind of problems only will be asked. Okay. Now friends, what I am going to do here. So I am going to remove all those things. Okay. Fine. Now God has given us a beautiful mind to think. So let us try to think and conclude. Now this is my X train, not my X. Okay. So this is my train X. Okay. And this is my train Y. Okay. Fine. Then they are telling, so bhaiya, total distance is 300 kilometer. Great. Okay. Now this train speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Okay. And this train speed is 80 kilometer per hour. So friends, can I say that this train's ride will be covering 60 kilometer in 1 hour and 80 kilometer in 1 hour, right? Okay. Now, so if they goes for 2 hours, then 120 kilometer and 160 kilometer. So they will be able to cover only 280 kilometer. Now, so in 2 hours, what will happen, friends? This particular train should cover 120 kilometer. But what it will do, so after every 20 kilometer, right? So after every 20 kilometer, it is stopping for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is stopped here, 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 right? Okay. Same thing this guy will do. So it should cover 160 kilometer in 2 hours. So 40, 80, 120, 160, right? Okay. Every 40 kilometer is stopping for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes and 10 minutes, right? Because here anyway it will stop, so I'm not counting, right? Here anyway it will stop, so I'm not counting. So if we'll see here, for covering 120 kilometer, so 2 hours it used to take, but now 25 minutes more it will take. For this, it should take 2 hours, but now what it is doing, so it is taking 30 minutes more. So friends, definitely your, and another remaining distance is nothing but 20 minutes. So for that 20 minutes, how much time it will take? It will take hardly 5-10 minutes because their speed is, see, they are covering 60 kilometer in 1 hour, right? Okay. So this both has to cover now 20 kilometer together, and their speed will become 60 plus 80, 140 in 1 hour, right? So when they are going in opposite direction, so if you are covering 140 in 1 hour, then in half an hour 70, in 15 minutes 35. So they will be taking another 5-10 minutes maximum, because at this stoppage now they are going to stop, right? So I will do one thing. So because they still have to move, so what I will do, I will take here 30, and here I will take it 40, and here I will take it 40 minutes, right? Okay. So friends, 2 hours 40 minutes already they have spent. So this is done. Okay. This is done. Okay. This option is eliminated. Now friends, you think how much they have to cover? 20 kilometer just. And for 20 kilometer, their speed now, relative speed is 140 kilometer per hour, right? Okay. So half an hour, sir, 70 kilometer per hour. Sir, 15 minutes, 35 kilometer per hour, right? Both have to cover just 20 kilometer. So for 15 minutes, it is 35. So in another 7 minutes, it will be 17 kilometer per hour. So they, sir, they will be taking another 7 minutes. So this 2 hours, 40 minutes earlier, they had taken, and now plus 7 minutes. So it will be 2 hours and 47 minutes. So friends, if you will use your mind, no, the problem will become simple. Otherwise, you have to go sit down and do the calculation. Both is available for you. It's your choice how you are going to make the problem simple or how you are going to make the problem complicated, right? But these are the standard of problems which you will be getting in TCS. There is no compromise with that. This particular question I have taken from the exam, different examination. Okay. So data interpretation is one of the topic which is going to be very, very important. Just that you need to understand that the TCS problem mainly I have observed is the calculation part, they will give in such a format that you will feel it is very, very tough, right? So that mindset and that mentality, I wanted you to remove it off. That mindset and that mentality, I want you to remove it off, and then only you will be able to, do that in examination. So the pie chart shows the distribution of a student studying in 12th class in different section. So section wise distribution of a student is there. Ratio of boy to girl in different section is given. The total number of 5 sections. So total number of a student in 5 sections is 270. Many student read that, blindly started calculating. So in A, how many student, B, how many student, C, how many student, D, how many student, E, how many student. You don't have to do it blindly. How many boys are studying in section A? 270 is the total number. In section A, 20%. 20% of 270 will be 54. Right? They're asking how many boys are studying in section A. In section A, total 54. And in A, boys and girls is 5:4. That means total is 9. So 9 6 ja. 1 is equals to 6. That means boys will become 5 into 6. It will be 30. And girls will become 4 into 6. It will be 24. Right? So this is how you have to solve the questions in the examination. So you have to find out what is required, and that calculation only you have to do, right? Friends, I'm telling you, very basic level of approach you have to use in TCS, right? Many questions you won't be able to solve, don't worry about it. 5 to 7 question you forget that you are not going to solve, right? Doesn't matter. The cutoff will be within 10. Out of 20, you have to solve maximum 50%. Say maximum 50% in the sense I am telling with the difficulty level of the problem. If the problem is not that difficult, you go ahead and solve more number of questions, right? It's not like sir told 50%, I will solve only 50% and tomorrow I will start using sir ke question key something. Okay, fine. So now next question will be, so this is compound interest problem, one of the trickier problem, because many students when they came from examination from the TCS, then they started telling, sir, compound interest 5-year questions were asked. Okay, they might have asked, no problem, right? But what was that question, that we will try to understand. So a man saves rupees 20,000 at the beginning of each year and puts the money in a bank that pays 10% interest per year. Interest being compounded annually, what would be the total saving of the man at the end of 6 years? First understand the question, because many of you will start doing, sir, 20,000 into 1 plus 6 by 100, sorry, 1 plus 10 by 100 and to the power 6, you will calculate the value, and that will be wrong. Because what has been told in the question, so there is a bank is there, okay, India's worst bank, SBI, okay. So what you are doing, you put 20,000 rupees, okay, every year. So a man saves rupees 20,000 at the beginning of each year. Then again next year, 20,000, right? Okay. Again next year, see, so first year whatever 20,000 you have put, right? And next year you are going to put 20,000. So 20 plus 20, 40. It's not like you have put 20,000 once and after 6 years. See this formula, no? This formula would have become correct. Okay, this formula would have become correct if, right, if you put 20,000 rupees in the bank and after 6 years you are going, give me my money I had spent on compound interest. You are not doing that. What you are doing is, so 20,000 you put for the first year, again next year you are going and putting again 20,000. So 20,000 was already there, 20,000 again. So every year you are putting 20,000 rupees in the bank, right? So this is 4 times. And this is 5 times, and this is 6 times. Okay, so 6 times you are putting every year till 6 years you are putting the money in the bank. Now when first time you will put, right, so for the 6 years how much interest you will get, sir? In 6 years how much you will get, sir? Into 1 by, this is the formula. So this is 6 years. Now second year when you are going and putting, how much bank will give you? 20,000 into 1. So now it's, forget about separate. So suppose Ramesh, Suresh, Mahesh, Dhanesh, Kanesh, Ganesh, right? So these are the 6 people. Every year they're going and putting money in the bank. So Mahesh put for 6 years. Ganesh Ganesh is putting for 5 years now. And then Suresh is putting for 4 years. Okay. And then Ganesh, okay, so it is putting for, so 20,000 into, so 20,000 into 1 plus 10 by 100 to the power 3. So 6543, and then 2. Then this is, you say Mahesh, Ganesh, Suresh, Ganesh, and here you say Dhanesh. Okay. Now Dhanesh will be putting for 2 years because he is going in the 5th year. Okay. And then Dhanesh, and here you say Suresh, Mahesh, Ganesh, Dhanesh, Panesh, something Panesh you say. Okay. So now the Panesh is going to put in for only 1 year, right? Okay. Now this is what you have to solve. So don't get afraid by seeing the problem. First of all, 20,000 you take common. Okay, fine. And then I will start from here. So 10 and 10 cancel. So this will be 11 by 10. 11 by 10 is 1.1. Okay, plus. Here you see, so 10 cancelled, 11 by 10. So 11 by 10 will be 1.1. So basically this is 1.1 square, then 1.1 cube, then 1.1 to the power 4, plus 1 to the power 1, 5, plus 1.1 to the power 6. Now what you do, you take this 1.1 common. So 20,000 into 1.1 you take common. So 1 plus, right? So everywhere 1 will become less. Okay. So everywhere, because 1 you have taken common. So now it will go till, it will go till 5. Okay, fine. This, if you'll solve, this decimals will remove this. So 22,000. And this one, friends, so this is nothing but in geometric progression, where first term is A and the common ratio is nothing but 1.1. So geometric progression formula is A into r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, right? Okay. So here it will become 20,000. So how many terms? 5 terms are there now. So 1.1 to the power 5 minus 1 divided by, so 1.1 minus 1, it will be nothing but 0.1. Now if you will remove this, okay, one more 0, so this is 22,000. So one more 0 will go up. And then, so basically now 22 and 1, 2, 3, 4 into 1.15 times you have to calculate. Calculator 1.5 into, sorry, 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1. So it will be 1.6 something minus 1 will be equal to 0.61. Okay, I'm sorry. So it will be 6 terms. So it will be 6 terms. So here it will be 6. I'm sorry. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Total 6 terms are there. So 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1 is equals to 1.331 and 1.331. So it will be 1.771561. And this I am going to multiply with 22. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Oh my God. So, okay, minus 1. So minus 1 if you'll do, right? So it will be basically 2,20,000 into 0.771561. So 0.77, okay, 1561 into 22, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1697. So 1697, it is coming around this, right? So this will become your correct answer. So option B becomes your correct answer. This was a good question. See, the one reason I have taken the very good problem for today, no? So in one question, you try to understand many things, right? So in one question, you try to understand many things like geometric progression, right? Like the concept of compound interest. So in one problem, I want you to understand many things. So instead of doing 2-3 simple problems. So 1 good problems we have taken. Okay, now the next question is a very good question in itself, right? So we have quadratic equation. So a quadratic equation we have x square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So when you are handling quadratic equation in the exam like TCS, then the first thing what you do is, so their roots you calculate. So sum of roots will be minus b by a, and their multiplication of root will be c by a. So a is 1, c is c, and b is minus b. Then they are telling if the difference between the reciprocal of the roots. So if the difference between reciprocal of the roots is 1 by 3, and the sum of reciprocal of the squares of the root is nothing but 5 by 9. So in quadratic equation, whatever the things are given now, from here only you have to find out something. Now you could see 1 by alpha square plus 1 by beta square is equal to 5 by 9. So this particular equation you make it a square. So a square plus b square plus, and here it will become minus 2 alpha beta. So 2ab is equals to 1 by 9. So what I did a square of this particular equation 1. So this has been already given 5 by 9. 5 by 9, this guy will come here, 1 by 9 will be equal to 2 by alpha beta. So now 4 by 9 will be equal to alpha beta, sorry, 1 by alpha beta. This is 2 by alpha beta, so 2 2 ja. So alpha beta is nothing but equal to c. C is nothing but 9 by 2. So the value of c is nothing but 9 by 2, right? So the value of c is nothing but 9 by 2. Clear? Okay. Okay, now after this what we will do, okay? So they are telling find the possible values of b plus c. C we got, b how we will get. So okay, now let us take this and try to solve. So if we'll take LCM, it will be alpha square beta square, and then it will be alpha square plus beta square is equals to 5 by 9. Then this alpha beta is 9 by 2. So alpha square plus beta square, and then this is 5 by 9 into alpha square beta square. 9 by 2 square will be 81 by 4. 9 9 ja, so it will be 45 divided by 4. 45 divided by 4. Okay, fine. Okay, now what we can do now, so basically alpha beta is given and alpha plus beta is given. So what I will do, can I write this alpha square plus beta square and plus 2 alpha beta, and this side also alpha 45 plus 4 plus 2 alpha beta. So what will happen? So what will happen here basically, so this will become alpha plus beta square. Alpha plus beta is nothing but minus b, so this will become b square, right? So this is basically, this is nothing but alpha plus beta square, right? Okay, alpha plus beta is minus b, so this is minus b square will be equal to 45 by 4 and 2 into alpha beta. Alpha beta is 9 by 2, so 2 into 9 by 2. So 2 and 2 cancelled. So b square will be equal to 4 9 is 36, so it will be 81 by 4. So b will be plus 9 by 2 and minus 9 by 2. The value of b we got. Now we have to find out b plus c, right? Okay, so if you will take so friends, definitely c is 9 by 2 and b will be equal to what? So okay, so definitely the value of b you will have to take 9 by 2, then only you will be getting the largest possible value, and c will be equal to 9 by 2, so it will be 9. So the largest possible value will be 9. Option C will be the correct answer. So friends, this was all about today's class. Maybe you would have understood the level of the TCS problem, from easy to difficult level of the problem. So you have to practice that kind of question. I will not do simple problem so that you become happy now. Like, subscribe, everything, sharing the videos will happen, and after the exam you will start abusing me. If we have given result, or if we are going to give the result, the only reason is we are honestly working. So mock test is very much required. Daily one video which will be put in the class is very much required. Get into TCS NQT crash course and make sure that this year 2025 TCS NQT you will be the one getting selected in digital and prime. And now we are going to, Rimji ma'am is going to tell you the TCS NQT coding cheat sheet. That will help you a lot to understand what kind of questions you should prepare for your coding, for TCS NQT coding. Thank you, take care, and let's start with the coding cheat sheet by Rimji ma'am.
Hey, hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So today we are going to dive deep into some of the most crucial TCS NQT exam topics. I have preparation sheet here that is packed with the selected questions based on latest patterns from previous TCS NQT exams, and I want to share some important tips and insights based on 2024 exam pattern to help you perform your best. So let's talk about the coding section. In 2024, there were 2 coding questions and you will have 90-minute time duration to solve these 2 coding questions. Now, the catch here is that you can't see the second question until you have submitted the first one. So, to work on the second question, you have to submit the first coding questions. And then only you can work on the second coding question. Now, here is something else to keep in mind, which I am not 100% sure, but many students have mentioned that once you move on the second question, you can go back and view the first question, but you won't be able to make any changes to the first one or resubmit it. So, to be completely sure about it, before the exam start, you will be able to see instruction on the screens like the pattern and the marking scheme. Make sure to read them carefully. One common issue that students face is getting stuck on the very first question. For example, if you are having trouble with the input handling or you have any issue that is not letting you to solve that first question, you might spend too much time trying to solve it. Some students later realized that the second question was easier and they could have solved it if only that they had managed their time better. So keep an eye on the clock and balance your time wisely between the questions. Moving on to the next point, you will have to prepare yourself to write the code from scratch, including all the necessary header files. For example, in C++, we need to include these header files at the beginning of your code. Another problem students have faced with the TCS interface is not knowing how to view the expected output for their code. After writing and running your code, you will see your output, but not the expected output. To find it, look for a small arrow near the question that will be near the question. Click on it and you will be able to see the expected output. Lastly, in coding section, one more thing that I'll want to discuss is some question might look complex and make you think that they require concepts like dynamic programming or graphs. Don't overthink at start. Your first aim should be to pass the test cases. If you can solve the problem with the brute force and all the test cases passes, then go for it. If you have time left, then only you can optimize your solution. Remember, what matters most is to pass all the test cases. Moving on to the numerical ability and verbal ability section. In this section, you can switch between questions within the same section, but you can't switch between different sections. Your goal should be to solve as many as questions possible in the least amount of time. Suppose you find a question for which you know the method, but you know that it will require a lengthy calculation. then mark that question and move on to the different question of the same section in which you know that it will take less time. After finishing the easier one, you can return back to the marked question. Now let's move to our preparation sheet. So if you will see 2024 exam patterns for TCS NQT, arrays, strings and some mathematical questions are the key focus area. Last year, they asked questions like matrix modifications, where we have been given a square matrix of n cross n and we have to modify matrix in a way that all elements below the main diagonals are set to 0. This year, you might encounter similar question with a little twist, like setting elements in the upper matrix to 0, or any questions like given m cross n matrix, and if an element is 0, set its entire row or entire column to a 0, or similar type of questions. So, after doing analysis of all previous year papers, here is a breakdown of question types that you should prepare for. These include number system question, which is the mathematical question. They covered a range of topics such as factorial, power calculation, Fibonacci series. In 2024, there was a question based on Fibonacci series in which you have to calculate the sum of n terms in series, and these set cover question on the basis of different arithmetic operations, such as question based on divisibility that was asked in 2024, where you have been given a number and you have to check whether that number is divisible by 9 or not. Question based on Armstrong number, where you have to return true if it is an Armstrong number, otherwise return false. So these are the question based on mathematicals. Moving on to the next section, that is the array and string. The array section include questions like Cadence algorithm, which was asked in 2024, finding second largest element, and other array related problems like find majority elements that appeared more than n by 3 times or n by 2 times. This was also asked in 2024 shifts. There are also questions like find the second largest elements, find number of good pairs, find maximum subarray problem. So here are the questions based on arrays and strings. Pay attention to common string manipulations problems and practice writing efficient code for them, like reverse a string. Reverse a word is a string. Find number of time a character appeared in the string. Calculate the frequency of character in a string. Palindrome, longest common prefix. So these are some questions based on string manipulations. Now let's move to the next section, that is sorting. These include questions like selection sort, bubble sort, insertion sort, merge sort, quick sort. There was question in 2024 where they were given an array balls containing numbers and you had to sort the array in place. So these were also question asked in 2024. Now let's move to the another section, that is searching. This include questions like linear search, binary search. In 2024, there was question based on seal and flow. So there is one question included here which include the concept of seal and flow. Another question like find peak elements. Here are some extra topics that are not so popular in exams, but being well prepared for all areas is essential. So once you have mastered arrays, strings, searching, sorting, number system, make sure to review linked list questions, stack and queue, has map as well. So these topics are included in this extra topic. You will find this sheet in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. To enhance your preparation, consider checking out the paid TCS NQT crash course by Online Study for You. This course is fully updated according to the latest TCS exam pattern. It include, you can see here in the content section, it include a lot of live classes that are conducted daily. What's really special about this course is that it already have included the question that was asked in TCS 2024 NQT exam. You can here see in the content section. So whether you are preparing in C++ or you are preparing here in Java, you can see here is the Java video. So whether you are preparing in C++ or you are preparing Java, this course has covered both the languages. Plus this course include videos for aptitude, reasoning, even for the verbal ability. Here you can see these course also include a lot of programming questions that will help you in preparing for TCS NQT. You can find the link to the course in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. That's all for today's video. I hope you find these tips helpful for your TCS NQT preparation. Best of luck for your exams, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, bye.